Hello, everyone, and welcome to AMHQ Early. It is Thursday, June 23rd, 2016. I'm meteorologist Jen Carfagno. We've got the very latest on the severe threat this morning, and then what happens throughout the day. Not to mention the relentless heat. That's sending spots into the triple digits again. Show you everything tracking in. Now, first of all, the red zone today, stretching from Louisville back to Paducah. Cincinnati, you're in it with storms overhead this morning. Charleston, storms tracking towards you, and then it does include D.C. and then down towards the Norfolk, Virginia, and Hampton Roads area. So this morning, we've got one big cluster of storms that we're tracking. Then there'll be a break, and then we'll see additional storms refire into the afternoon. Water vapor first shows us that big blow-up of convective activity, of thunderstorm activity right now, moving through Ohio and into West Virginia and into western parts of Virginia and Maryland. For the most part, around places like D.C. and Baltimore and even Pittsburgh, it's going to be a heavy rain with some embedded thunder and gusty wind problem for you. The flash flooding concern has been with us right through the overnight into Ohio and now into West Virginia. That's where we've had some pretty decent higher rainfall rates. Also where the flash flood guidance, is below 2 inches in a 3-hour window, which would cause the flash flooding concerns. The flash flood guidance is much higher actually into D.C. So right now there's no flash flood watches up, but certainly we'll watch the rain as it comes down. Speaking of that, let's watch it in forecast mode. This is our radar in forecast mode. The commute this morning between 6, 7, 8 o'clock in D.C. out towards the bay by about 9 o'clock. That's where we're looking at some of the worst weather coming down. There could be some gusty winds, so most certainly. We've got this big complex of thunderstorms tracking on in. It looks like the severe weather risk, though, will be south of there and actually into the afternoon. So track this. This is 4 or 5 o'clock. Now we've got thunderstorms popping here, perhaps into western Virginia. The Richmond area and just south of there is where we could see some thunderstorms. There could be some additional thunderstorms in D.C. As we get later into the afternoon and early evening as well. It's something we'll have to watch. It's certainly not a guarantee, but a possibility. All right, so let's talk about the future radar in D.C. and look specifically at your timing. 6 o'clock, and I know folks start commuting here early. It's already raining at 6 o'clock. Unless you leave right now, you're going to be dealing with rain. And you can see the worst of the weather coming through this morning, and then that chance of a pop-up shower or storm getting into the late evening hours, into overnight. I will tell you that we have much better weather coming in for the weekend, but today is going to be a rough day, I think, coming in here to D.C. and overnight tonight as well, with that chance of thunderstorms. So the red zone for tomorrow now stretching further south. We've got eastern North Carolina right into much of South Carolina, actually extending back into parts of Georgia too. Could see some thunderstorms. The risk for severe weather tomorrow includes Charleston, Myrtle Beach, Wilmington, up towards Elizabeth City here in North Carolina, and includes all of the Outer Banks as well. And forecast, we're going to give you the whole country and take a look at your weekend in view. So today, of course, we are tracking and starting your day tracking a big complex of thunderstorms that's moving through Ohio, West Virginia, and heading into the mid-Atlantic. That's going to be the story first, and then additional thunderstorms may fire later in the day. Friday's forecast, we've got a couple of showers still possible there into Virginia. The chance for severe weather in North and South Carolina. The heat is on for so many. Dallas, Atlanta, Jacksonville. It's going to be very, very hot. Saturday's forecast, there's that upper Midwest storm that I told you about. That's going to be a big focus. But the Northeast looks phenomenal. We've got some great weather. Temperatures in the mid-80s. The sun is out. Humidity will not be crazy high. You really have some great weather coming in there this weekend. Otherwise, in the West, LA's not as bad as last weekend, but still Vegas, Phoenix, it's going to be hot. Now, just ahead, as you get ready to head out, we've got the very latest on the roads ahead of your commute. So many questions. All right, obviously it's been hot and dry as well there in Oklahoma. Let's take a look, though, at where we've got the thunderstorms ongoing this morning as we track thunderstorms moving through Ohio into West Virginia and then into Virginia and Maryland and the D.C. metro area. So red zone stretches a fairly large area all the way from the eastern shores of Maryland all the way back into northern parts of Kentucky and southern Indiana. We've got storms that are moving through right now, and then we will see additional thunderstorms firing later today. So let's take a look out there. Latest water vapor showing us where that big blow up, that big cluster or complex of thunderstorms is. We've been tracking storms all night. Indiana, Illinois certainly had our more than fair share of severe weather. Now it's mainly been Ohio and West Virginia seeing the worst of the weather, now moving into portions of Virginia. So here's the latest radar. Two issues going on right now. One is the wind threat, and you can see right here, look around the Charleston area. You see how we've got this sort of backwards C kind of shape to the radar. Strong winds are going to come out of that. I just checked the observation at the Charleston airport, and you've got winds gusting over, let's say, about 25 miles per hour. Also watching these strong storms blowing now in through southern Ohio, crossing over the border into Kentucky. And when they came through the Cincinnati area at the airport had winds gusting over 30 miles per hour. Some stronger gusts have been reported though around town. A lot of lightning with this as well, and heavy rain. West Virginia, the flash flood guidance here showing us that less than 2 inches of rain in a 3-hour window would cause flash flooding. And that is certainly already fallen with the potential for more. So that's going to be another concern that we have out there this morning. Boone, Kanawha, and Lincoln counties under a severe thunderstorm warning till 6:15 local time. That's with that cell right there, or that line, I should say, pressing on in. The other extent to that northern extent in Beaver, Edray, and Richwood until 6:30. Severe thunderstorm warning for winds in excess of 60 miles per hour. And that'll take down some trees, some tree limbs. So, as you figure out where to park your car this morning, not near a tree is the best thing. Now, staying off the roads as well is going to be nice to do, right? But unfortunately, it's commuting time in D.C. The rain is coming into commuting time, and we've got the rain right through the morning, then tapering off. And then south of there, more likely that we'll see thunderstorms firing right into the afternoon and early evening with that risk for severe weather at that point. All right, so other thing to worry about is the heat.